Saturday, October 8th. Is it the 8th, babe? You know?
What?
Is it the 8th?
Yeah.
The 8th, 10th, some crap like that. No, it's the 8th. Yeah. Okay, so if you guys know, Charleston is being hit currently by Hurricane Matthew. We are less than 50 miles from the coast. And this is what we look like right now. The eye is at Charleston right now. And this is what we've got going on. Pouring. Give it a second and the wind is going to pick up. We're at a Category 1 hurricane right now. There it goes. You guys can't see a whole lot because of the window. But the trees are definitely moving. We've already lost one big branch off the roof. Alright, come on you guys. Out the door. Come on. Oh, I'm gonna get cats out the door. Out the door! Let's go. Move it. Move it. Just because I go to look out the door doesn't mean you guys have to come with me. Ooh, it's dark. Our power did flicker off and on for a minute. It like went to shut off 3 times, but it didn't stay. I need a water out of the fridge. And a cheese stick. So, like I was saying, the cable and internet have stayed pretty much on the whole time, but for us to lose power, it doesn't happen very often. Even when we had that flooding and stuff, we didn't lose power. So, knock on wood. Focus camera. Knock on wood, we don't lose power. Whoops, I turned the TV off instead of turning the cable on. Now I gotta go back to the news channel. But yeah, we're basically in the thick of it right now.
The entire Dorchester Road corridor is what they're extremely concerned about. Oak Brook, Strawville Branch, Eagle Creek, as I mentioned, as those places have flooded. And they said that a lot of people are waking up.
Now I know a few of my viewers are going through this too.
People are waking up and now they're scared because they're surrounded by water and they're calling for help. The advice to them,
so,
to you, if you're in that
you guys, I'm praying for you.
If you're dry and the water's not coming in your house, hang on.
See, we've got a little.
Well, we just got an email from someone.
Where is it? We've got a little bit of water coming in, but David did pretty good about getting that back door to not leak. So, there's the bridge. Well, one of the bridges. Sorry, you guys. I don't know why it just randomly started. Or why it just randomly cut off. But my camera's been doing that and not saving stuff, so I'm gonna eat a cheese stick or a string cheese. My anxiety's been pretty bad this whole time. I'm sure once it passes I'll be better. But it's basically made me sick. Like I haven't really wanted to eat anything.
Interstate, that is. This is Bluffton. Yeah, look at that. Uprooted trees, huge trees, uprooted.
Where's Bluffton?
In a yard there.
I think it's a nursery.
Is that a nursery?
Yeah, Travis Rice tweeted that.
Oh, man. Well.
Yes.
I think I know that nursery. It's like right as you're coming in on the. Is that on? If you're coming into town, Rob, isn't there a nursery there on the right? Or am I making that up?
I don't know where Bluffton is, but
nursery fence.
There's a tree, but it doesn't look like. It says an uprooted tree, but it doesn't look like there was a whole lot of
filling in underneath it there too.
stuff above it.
Bell Hall subdivision is
Or, I mean, underneath
the
it.
courtyard section in Mount Pleasant lost power at 11:20 last night, and they are still without power.
Yeah, that's true. I know that.
My mom is more inland than us.
They have lost power and have lost power for a while.
And so without power.
She's been without power for
Yes.
quite a few
We're
hours.
taking a live look at 526.
But I called and checked on her. Her and her cats are doing okay. Sorry, you guys. This camera's gonna pee me off. It keeps turning off. Or
You
stopping
see
the
that
recording.
There is an end in sight, but that end in sight could still be hours.
Why are there people on the
It is
bridges?
hours away.
I believe they said we're still a couple of hours away from that
Oh, that's-
back-end wind as well.
I just
Oh, that's
if you-
power
if you were
repair.
Just looking there on the traffic cameras, headed toward Mount Pleasant, possibly toward the Bell Hall area. I just saw 2 utility crews, one towing a
Yeah,
brand new,
utility crews.
pole, and another
More
one.
than 10,000 outages this morning, Dorchester County, 7,550.
It's a lot of outages.
Berkeley County has 2,454 outages this morning.
It's 9 o'clock on your Saturday. Thank you for joining us for continuing coverage of
Just in
Hurricane
2 counties,
Matthew,
there's
the storm
17,000 without
continuing
power.
to batter the coast and also take aim at the
That's
rest
crazy.
of the state for that matter. He'll be joining us shortly. Storm Team 2 meteorologist Josh Marvis
So,
is at the computer right
This
now.
is what is going on right now. This is real life. This is what we're living.
Explanation here is some people are just joining us
So,
now here at the top of the hour, Josh. A lot has happened.
I'll show you guys
since
real
we came
quick
on the air about 15
on my
Yeah,
phone.
that's exactly right. We're looking at the west.
And I've been going live on my so I've been going live on my personal Facebook page because we do have friends and family out of state that want to know. So this is what's going on right now.
Very heavy rain moving across Charleston Harbor through Mount Pleasant, up into now portions up toward Allentown, McClellanville, Isle of Palm, Sullivan Island. And then look at this very heavy rain that continues from Somerville up to Moncks Corner, with the potential for life-threatening flash flooding continuing across the low country of South Carolina. Everywhere in the low country under a flash flood watch or flash flood warning as we speak until further notice. A live look at downtown Charleston. This is the Battery as storm surge flooding continues to be an issue.
Sorry, guys.
And we now are moving
My
to
hands
our
are
next
shaking.
high tide here in about 5
We try to
hours.
put you down.
So it's going to be a rough one as the center of
And
circulation
pinpoint
of
you
Matthew
guys.
is
There you
now
go.
coming into the lower part of Charleston County, or just off the lower Charleston County coast. Let's track it up the coastline this morning. Here we are at 9 a.m. Those onshore winds throwing tons of moisture and water up against the coast. That's why the storm surge flooding is continuing. But don't let your guard down. This is a storm that has some backlash wind, and that is rushing on the backside of this storm as the drier air is coming in. It's accelerating the wind, and that's why just not the front side of the storm will be windy. The backside will be as well. And we think by 11 a.m., look at the colors out here of the ocean. We're getting this bright orange is wrapping up along across lower Charleston County and coming up the Charleston County coast. An indication of very strong and gusty winds that will be coming into the area. Ahead of the storm, up across upper Charleston County into Georgetown County, we're going to be watching the possibility of life-threatening storm surge continuing with northwest winds on the backside and wind-driven rain across much of Berkeley, Dorchester, Williamsburg counties, according to our modeling. As we head toward the midday hours, that starts to pull to the north. The circulation by 1 p.m. should be close to Georgetown or just off the coast. Still backlash showers and gusty winds continuing into the afternoon hours. And then by midnight, I think this is all done. The wind's going to stay up, though, as we head through the night tonight. So here's your
Great.
forecast for today. We're going to
So
be in
we're
the
looking
low to
at
mid-70s as we head through the morning hours. By lunchtime,
like
we're keeping
14 or 15
wind-driven
hours
rain
more
in
of
the
this shit.
forecast. That will be with us through 2 p.m. as well. By 4, 6, and 8, the rain chances will start to come down. At least it'll become a little more sporadic. The wind will still be with us, but the heaviest is going to be for the next few hours. We still have the potential of hurricane force winds along the coast. Winds could gust as high as 70 to 80 miles per hour, some potentially 80 to 100 along the immediate coast as the core of Matthew goes up the South Carolina coastline from Charleston County now up into Georgetown County. It's going to be windy today and tomorrow, but at least it does clear out. We're back into the upper 70s for tomorrow. Sunshine Monday, 78. Mid-upper 50s at night. So the good news is if you have lost power and you have an extended power outage in your area, the air coming in behind this will at least be drier than what we have out there. It will be cooler. We'll drop down into the 50s at night, mid to upper 70s during the day. It will be quite comfortable. That's the good news that we have in all of this. But we've got to get through the next 8 to 10 hours, we think, before things will really start to improve. Hurricane warnings still in place, and a special bulletin from the National Weather Service saying be alert for the possibility of hurricane-force winds along the Charleston and Georgetown County coast to continue for the next few hours as the core of Matthew moves overhead. Well, let's check in with Storm Team 2 meteorologist Christine.
Yeah, we're pretty calm here.
Good morning, Christine.
But we're getting whipped.
And you're right in the thick of one of these nasty rain bands.
Oh my God.
Absolutely, Josh. The winds have been sustained, at least at tropical storm force.
Look at that
We're
water.
getting these gusts that are definitely higher than those sustained winds. I'm not sure that I would call this all the way up to hurricane force at this point in time because I'm still able to stand relatively straight up and not necessarily being blown over. So I do still think it's below those tropical storm force wind gusts here.
Here's a duck.
But what we're getting is that combination
It's a random
of wind
duck
and
in the
rain
back.
moving in right now. And you can hear the upper level winds coming.
He's like, I'm
at a
just
good
hanging
clip
out.
right now. So of course the upper level winds move a little bit faster than they do at the surface. At the surface you get some interference from the buildings, from the topography. But it's a pretty impressive situation happening in Mount Pleasant right here. And on top of the wind and a significant amount of rain that we're seeing in Mount Pleasant right now, we're also continuing to see this inundation of water. So the last time I checked in with you guys, the water was about at my ankle level, and now it's risen, I would say, at least 3 to 4 inches up, a little bit further up my boot at this point in time. Not quite to the top of my boots, but it is definitely continuing to rise at this point. We have a combination of that rainfall, but we're also close enough to the Charleston Harbor that we're getting that storm front, that inundation of water above ground level here at the station in Mount Pleasant. You get the rainfall on top of that, and it compounds the things, and then you get the wind blowing. So that is a valid concern right now for folks that are starting to see some of this inundation of water.
What's wrong,
in
Coda?
their neighborhoods and their homes. That will also compound, or what compounds the issue is that wind. When you
Shadow
get the
sleeping.
wind blowing the water around,
Oh, where's her
you get
face?
that wave
Wait,
action.
wait.
And waves, as we all know, we've all stepped out into the surf. We live in
Where's her
Charleston,
face?
after all. We stepped out into that surf. Once again, you can hit the waves. They could potentially
Well, there it is.
knock you off your feet for just a few moments. And that kind of force
There's her
is equal to
face.
some of these waves that
All right, now I've lost it again.
that inundation of water. So that causes extra damage on top of the water damage potential there. So that's a
There it is.
concern for folks that are seeing this water inundation in their neighborhood. And I have to think that if this is what we're seeing here in Mount Pleasant, it is even worse on the Barrier Island, out on Sullivan's Island, on Isle of Palm, down on...
Yeah, a lot of
Kennedy,
people
as you
stayed
look
on the
further down
islands,
coast,
too.
down towards Kiowa. These islands are likely seeing worse conditions than what we are seeing here in the Mount Pleasant
Anyways,
area. But
so I will
right
check
now,
in with you
we're
guys
at
as
here
the
in
storm
Mount
keeps
Pleasant.
moving. I just wanted to give you an update
This
on kind of where we are. We've been going through it all night. It's been pretty mild all night, and now it's starting to pick up. So, check with you guys later. Hey guys, so it's now 9:30, like 9:35, and the power went out, and it's still out, and David is still sleeping, and the wind is still blowing. So yeah, so it's 9:35. We'll see how long this power outage is gonna last. The cats don't give two F's about what's going on. The dogs are gonna start whining here in a minute, and that's what's going on. So I'll check with you guys maybe when the power comes back on, or when this is all over. Hey you guys, so it is like noon, and we are standing outside in the winds. The hurricane is past us. We're getting the back area, or the back side of its winds. And Desiree almost got blown off her, like, standing point. So yeah, we're just outside. Oh god. It like will make you catch your breath. if you guys can see the trees in the back. Here they go. Here it comes. Look at these.
Shit.
That tree ain't going nowhere. I did get chopped in the face with a leaf though. Hey Desiree, has that tree always been naked? Are you sure? Because that looks fresh.
Yeah, it's always been like that.
Yeah, see, watch the trees. Watch the trees. Me and Desiree can't not have moving air, so we had to come outside, whether it's hurricaning or not. Because there's no electricity, so we have no fan, no air conditioning. Me and Desiree are kind of claustrophobic when it comes to air not moving. There's always floods though. Look at all the cars in the circle. Everybody's like, we're not parking underneath a tree. See, now that big one, I wouldn't worry about that one coming out. That big pine.
No, that's the one I was worried about because it's dead.
It's not dead.
It's basically dead.
It's not going nowhere because, as you can see, it's only the top of it is moving. Look at those ones. Those ones like bend in half. Oh my god.
Try not to get hit in the face and shit.
But as you can see, like our neighbors down the street, they've got a broken branch in there. My hair's in my face. Hair's in my face. Hair's in my face. It smells good. I feel like my shorts are about to like come up. Wait, no, the real test is putting your hair down and seeing how much it whips. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on. I gotta turn around. I'm trying to get my hair out. My hair's freshly washed too, so it's really gonna, mine is, and mine's really gonna whip in the wind.
So it's just one big ball of knots.
Okay. You gotta do it backwards. There it goes. There it goes. Wait for it. If you look at the clouds, they're like moving super fast. It's only sprinkling.
It's really sprinkling. It's from the trees.
You sure?
Because if it's sprinkled so bad when it's windy.
Yeah, it's just, there's no keeping it out of my face this way. Oh. Hair in my face, hair in my face. We're the only ones standing outside. Why are we standing outside again?
Oh. Why not? I get hit with a tree. It's meant to happen. It's up in the middle of the fucking road.
Well, by the time you hear it crack, you can
There's a
move.
leaf in your hair.
I know.
Yeah.
Get it out. Why is there a leaf in my hair? I already got chopped in the face by one. Let's look at the ditch. Walkie, walkie, walkie. Walkie, walkie, walkie.
You notice how it's not sprinkling now? It's not windy. It's from the...
David said there was no water.
He said it didn't raise that much, which it really hasn't.
We have ditches on the side of our house, and that's how much water's in it. Yeah, but it's not even high tide yet. And it's not moving, it's solid.
I'm saying high tide has nothing to do with the fucking ditch.
Yeah, huh? Because as high tide comes in, that's when all the lakes and stuff and the creeks are going to
No,
start going
Roxanne,
back
that's
up.
not how that works.
Yeah,
That's
that
not
is how it
none
works.
of that works.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Go. You're gonna die.
He's like, I don't care. I've lived my life. Why is there still a piece of clothing on the damn ground? Jack, you're not supposed to be out here. Bud. Come on, because the only way to get him to go back is for us to go back.